There is a very important third aspect to this problem, this question, which my friend has raised. Do you know the consequences? Please hold your heart. Please hold your breath and listen to me for a few more seconds. It is terrorism we have to deal with. It is not a sweeping statement when I say that terrorism today looms large because of the herd mentality that Christians and Islamists have created. The whole society is not merely Islamized, it is militarized, regimented in such a way that for self-protection, because they are under the fear that any moment their society may blow off, it is that fear, inner fear psychosis, that has made them more aggressive, and everywhere this petrified society under militarism has been today responsible for vandalism on a large scale, destruction of the great cities of the world, destruction of all the achieved culture of the world. The most notorious modern example is that of communism. Communism invented a new word called revisionism because they were afraid that people would revise their views and then destroy them. Therefore, they have militarized themselves in such a way that you see in the modern Chinese machinations how they want to destroy the world through this coronavirus. You will ask me, what has this to do with the problem? It has everything to do with the problem. Is that colonization? This is a kind of colonization. The Chinese people have destroyed the local industries, the productivity of many African nations. They have destroyed the creative, productive units of America. They wanted to do it for India. It has not been possible for them. Modi has been giving a call that we must make things in India, and therefore the Chinese market has to be contained. Chinese market today is a product of the communist mentality, which is a herd mentality, which is what the Christians did to India under the banner of East India Company. They came to India as traders. They remained as rulers. They remained as conquerors. My dear friend who wrote me a letter, do you want India to colonize the world that way? We have a different way of spreading culture. I won't call it colonization. The ancient idea of Ashwamedha in India, or even Rajasoya, was to spread our culture, the great Hindu values, all over the world without disturbing the political or social balances of those particular countries. This is not wild speculation. Let me give you some examples. You take the modern Thailand, you take the modern Indonesia, you take the modern Sri Lanka, and even yesterday's Afghanistan. Wherever Hindu culture went, people received it very openly, with open heart. Unlike the Christian culture, which marches with the army, unlike the Islamic army, which now marches with bombs and this and that. The Hindus very peacefully spread their culture, brought people under the cultural banner of Hindus, and so the greatest world temple today is Angkor Wat. How did it happen? Show me one such creative activity which Islam or Christianity has done. So the main problem is how to preserve the Indian culture and help its evolution, and at the same time protect ourselves. We don't want colonization. We don't want other people to be exploited. Now, without the products of industrial revolution, now how to expand? That is the problem. Now, Modi has been very successful. You will not be pleasantly shocked if I say that America has already come under the Hindu umbrella. They want Indian medicines. They want Modi to stand up firmly to fight the menace of the Chinese communists. Britain, which was once a ruler, has now come under the Indian umbrella. It may be too early to speak of the next steps, But everybody looks at India and the Indian way of tackling problems, and therefore today Sri Lanka is slowly coming back to our fold. Nepal has become a little aggressive because of the Chinese machinations. Nehru made a blunder. I wrote an article which you will see in the next day's newspapers. Nehru handed over Tibet to China. That was the first blunder. And with that, the Chinese destroyed the only Hindu nation, Nepal, and a Maoist government was installed there. There is so much of unrest. And the first Hurriyat conference of Pakistan was held in Nepal, in Kathmandu, of all places in the world. Today there are masjids everywhere. There are centers of hooliganism. There are centers of terrorism. They preach violence. They preach hatred. Hindus do not want to preach hatred. We want to resist the onslaughts of the foreigners, not with the so-called bogus instrument of ahimsa of Gandhiji, but with a positive Hindu core of values. Values can defeat disvalues. Values can defeat disvalues. Health can defeat disease. And therefore, my friend should be assured that we are in a process of regaining the resilient spirit of Hindu society. There is a thing called self-improvement. In your own body system, if something happens to you, if a microbe brings in some disorder, there is a mechanism which corrects itself within the body. Now, Hinduism is like an organism, and therefore, we have a corrective measure within our own society. And if there were no such thing, there would have been no Vivekananda, there would have been no Aurobindo, there would have been no Raja Rammohn Rai, there would have been no Swami Dayan. These are all soldiers. Now, my dear friend, please look at these people as soldiers. Soldiers of peace, not soldiers of war. So, Hindu society has a whole army. You can even count me as one if you want. I am also a soldier. I have deeply immersed myself in the studies of Vyasa, Valmiki, and the great Hindu idea givers, the rishis who have made this culture what it is. It is in terms of culture you have to rebuff the ruffians who want to destroy the whole world. Very shortly there will come a time when Christianity may evaporate, when Islam may also die, because I am told large numbers of people in the West today are giving up Islam. If you look at a man as a Muslim, a friend of mine and my own children who are abroad, they said, please, sir, please don't call me a Muslim, I've given up Islam. People want to give up Islam very silently, because if they do it violently, openly, they will have to face the sword. They don't want to be killed. Large numbers of people are coming back to Hinduism from Islam and from Christianity, and what they had conquered with force, with violence, is not going to last long. Satyameva jayate nanrutam. That is our motto. And therefore, let our people become soldiers of peace, not soldiers of war for the sake of war. And this resilient society once again will stand up. It will become a sort of Vishwa Guru, as Aurobindo once propagated. Jai Hind.